net zero by 2070. What does this mean and what is our high level plan?
Okay, see, as I was telling you, 40 billion tons is the total CO2 emission around the globe. India currently produces 3 billion tons of carbon dioxide every year. We are third in the list of the highest CO2 emitters. China is leading it with roughly 11.5 billion tons of carbon dioxide every year. Second highest is US with roughly 5.75 billion tons of carbon dioxide every year, equivalent of carbon dioxide every year, and India is roughly 3 billion tons. But there is a challenge with India is that it's still a developing country, and the rate at which our CO2 emission is increasing is roughly 5% to 6% every year. Last year, compared to the previous year, we have consumed 8% more coal. So that clearly tells you that if our coal consumption is increasing by 8% every year, there is no reason for us to believe that our CO2 emission will not be improving by roughly 5% every year.
Sure. But it's actually a good point to look at our GDP growth itself is on the order of 7 to 8%.
7, yes. That's right? The reason. See, most of your GDP growth, by the way, I will talk about it later, but GDP and sustainability are at cross with each other. So this is the bigger challenge. But anyway, the point I was trying to make and the question you asked whether we are doing good for 2070 net CO2 neutrality. So let me tell you. So this is why it basically means that if I have to plan for it, 3 billion tons now, 10 years down the line, it will become 6 billion tons. So by 2035, we are talking about 6 billion tons of carbon dioxide. Now, as I was telling you, 50% of it has to be captured. How do you capture 50% of it? Basically mean that 3 billion tons of CO2 has to be captured. Today, we are doing zero. Virtually zero. Means if you talk about billion tons and some few tons is like no number at all.